Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this out of thatparkplace.com. It's by Chim Lee. Wall Street Journal report shows guests don't like Disney's Lightning Lane. Now, why are we reporting this from That Park Place instead of the Wall Street Journal? Well, because it's behind a paywall. But here, it's free to go, and we're just going to cite the stuff that we need. A Wall Street Journal report examined the problems with Disney's Lightning Lane and why some guests have expressed frustration with the system. The article focused on visitors who spend part of their day managing ride reservations through a mobile app rather than making decisions spontaneously through their visit. The report featured interviews and observations about how Lightning Lane has changed the theme park experience for some visitors. One person in many groups, the designated scroller, I love that, as the Wall Street Journal puts it, often takes responsibility for checking availability, modifying reservations, and planning the day around attraction return times. Their experience may change significantly from that of the rest of their party. Lightning Lane is Disney's paid service. You all know it replaced FastPass. You know that there was Genie Plus. Now there's Lightning Lane Multipass and Lightning Lane Single Pass and Lightning Lane Premier and blah, 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 blah. Well, here's the problem. Some visitors, we call them guests around here, appreciate having a way to reduce time spent waiting in standby lines. Of course, you all know we had that for free and much easier with FastPass. However, other guests say the system adds extra planning requirements to their park visits and takes away from the magic and immersion. Catherine Garcia shared her concerns of using Lightning Lane on a trip with her 4-year-old son. Quote, I feel like it's a distraction. I'm watching him and I've got to be on my phone and I'm trying not to crash into people. Many Lightning Lane complaints center on the amount of attention required both before and during a park day. Guests may need to learn how reservations work, monitor attraction availability, and adjust plans time using a phone to manage Lightning Lane selections while others enjoy attractions, meals, or other activities. It goes on to talk about just how much people hate this. The Wall Street Journal exposes this. They have a survey, and it turns out people just can't stand this. They want to go back, if you can believe it, to the paper-based system that we haven't had since 2014. Now, we had the paper-based FastPass in 1999 all the way through 2014. It worked great, unless you're a tree, and people are wanting to go back to something similar to that. That's no surprise, but I'm sure Disney's going to find a way to monetize it. We're now hearing that Disney, and I don't know if I don't know if we've got an article on this yet, but we're now hearing, panel, that Disney is looking to change Lightning Lane and simplify it. So your thoughts on this and your thoughts on Lightning Lane? I don't buy the thing. I mean, I'm not doing it. I'll just tell you, I'm not doing it. I'm not spending $100, $200 a day to get into Disney and then spending another $25 on top of that to skip 3 lines. I'm just not doing it. I'm not playing that game. So what do you guys think about the current system?
Sucks. Sucks. Look, if you want to fix Lightning Lane, there's a very simple fix to it. Keep Premier for those people paying for that. But for those people paying for Premier, keep the price the same and allow them as many rides as they want on the attractions instead of just one per attraction. Get rid of Multipass Lightning Lane and then have an option for people that do want to ride the most popular rides that they can pay like one extra price for those to get in a Lightning Lane, but do away with Multipass. Why? Because I have seen people ticked off that they've made their like Lightning Lane plans and they have Multipass, and yet they get stuff like Journey into the Imagination or Living with the Land or whatever, and they get up to the line and it's a 10-minute line, it's a 5-minute line. They're not really saving any time.
I've watched this before, Ron, where you go, like you're saying, Journey into Imagination or Living with the Land, and it's like at 6 p.m. or whatever. I have literally watched as people who walk on the standby line get on the ride faster.
Yep.
Because so take Living on the Land, for example. For those of you who have been there many times, you know this. If there's no line, you literally walk in, you take a left, and you're on the ride. You just walk left, there's the boat. If you're a fast pass, you got to go all. So I have literally, Ron, watched. Fast pass people do all this, walking all around the queue while everybody else who didn't have fast pass goes, oh, there's the boat.
I've done experiments 3 times with Lightning Lanes where I said, oh, hey, you've got a Lightning Lane. Let's check. Let's see what happens. I'm going to enter the same time as you. Did this on Soren. He'll probably, I think he's okay with me saying this. Disney Clips guy, he's on X. Did it on Soren with him. and he had the lightning lane and I did not. So I went to the standby queue, which said 15 minutes. And we met at exactly the same spot when we got let in. Then we rode the ride together. It was great. But it's just, and then, he had to then rush after that because his next lightning lane was in Epcot at Frozen. Now, for those that don't know, that is on the other side of the park around the water. Like, you got to go walk around the lake. It's probably a good, if you're fast walking, it's like 20 minutes just to walk over there. And it's a lot of steps. And that's the other problem is you can't just set up the lightning lanes to make sense to your day. There are so many problems with it. And that's why I said, if you want to keep the Premier Pass and make it, free, basically you're paying $450 per person extra in the Magic Kingdom for that Premier Pass. So let those people have a lightning lane, but then really, really keep that lightning lane down, because then the regular queue moves way faster.
Yeah, and the other thing here that I would say on Lightning Lane, Erika, is that it's even being slowed down by all of these VIP tours. There are VIP tours everywhere now, and they get to ride every single ride without a line. And these can be larger groups, and people are buying these up. I mean, it's just, there are VIP tours everywhere. It's like Brazilian tour groups of the past. So you get the plaid skirt, the plaid shirt, walking them around. They get to wear a plaid cap now. Yay them. And they get to go to the front of the line. And all of this is slowing down the standby line. So if there is a standby line, which is Ron and I were just talking about, sometimes there's not. But if there is a standby line, quite frustrating to have your line move at half the speed because of Lightning Lane and then the VIP tour. So I think this whole system is at this point just busted, and the company needs to find another way of rustling up extra cash.
Unfortunately, Disney's kind of made a name for them, a reputation now of just monetize every angle that what we can to bring in
make a buck.
Yeah, and they've completely lost sight of the original vision and I don't want to say business model, but just like the vision Walt had. And I don't know, it's with the Lightning Lane. We bought it once for one day back in 2023. And it was only because Guardians and Tron were still so new. And even then, we couldn't get into the virtual queue. So we actually ended up having to buy the individual Lightning Lanes just to get on to those two rides. And it was kind of a mess, but I won't buy it again. It's just too expensive. And the attendance has gone down so much. It's just not worth it. If your average wait time is honestly under 45 minutes for any attraction, that's pretty standardly good for a theme park. There's no need to purchase a skip the line pass.
Yeah. And the other thing with this, okay, because it's complicated, right? So there's also the premium Lightning Lane. And so your normal Lightning Lane doesn't get you the rides that you probably want to ride, like Rise of the Resistance and Pandora, not Pandora, Flight of the Avatar. It doesn't get you into the biggest attraction, I think, on the property right now, Cosmic Rewind. So literally, the people who are riding Cosmic Rewind, they all paid extra to ride it. This is like, extra DLC for a video game. Oh, you got into Epcot? Oh, you wanted to ride this thing? Well, that's going to cost you a little extra cash. You got some extra cash? Oh, I'm sorry, you're middle class. You don't have that? Don't worry about it, okay? You can ride Figment over and over again. And that, I think, is what has driven people to say, we hate this. We hate it.
And also, my understanding, I could be wrong about this, I thought I read somewhere that food sales have dropped a little bit, merch sales have dropped a little bit. So it's not like people are spending more. They're just, rebudgeting, right? They're going, okay, well, we'll buy a few less food items, less gift items to do the experience. And, that money is money out the window.
Yeah.
I hate that idea because if you're going on a vacation and you want to hold those memories tight with more than just photographs, buying some type of memorabilia or some type of a gift. I collect shot glasses from places that I go, or as they're called at Walt Disney World, toothpick holders.
Really, of all the trivia I know about Disney, I did not realize that. That's what they call shot glasses.
Yeah, look at any shot. Look at the
Yep.
look at the gift tag or
Did
look
not
at the price
know it.
tag at any shot glass at Disney, and it will not say shot glass. It will either say toothpick holder or TPH on it. Yeah.
I don't know why
Okay.
they bother with the way they're building bars everywhere. I mean, at this point, just call it a shot glass.
The irony, right? The complete irony.
exactly.
It's a holdover from an earlier age when Disney was a more clean company, I would say, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
better company.
Yep. All right. Well, it's interesting indeed, but they're being called out for this. Ron, you've offered an idea. Erika, what do you think they're going to do? Are they going to actually go through with simplifying Lightning Lane? Like what's the plan you think?
I don't know how they tried that once already and it's backfired. So now third time's a charm, I guess. They're going to go for round 3 on simplifying. Well, Disney, my question to you is, what is your idea of simplifying exactly? Because we're telling you what we want. At what point are you going to open your ears and actually listen? Like
That's a good question.
Next door, at Universal, who actually listens to their customers.
Yeah. And isn't it amazing? We talked about Epic was going to go to nighttime passes and fireworks. And we talked about all that they were going to basically have, Mickey's Not So Scary every single night. And we think that's what's happening in 2027. We're starting to see that pattern move forward. So their competitors, they know what they're doing. Disney seems to be stuck in the past. And hopefully at last they're going to get this figured out because, hey, we don't like it either when Disney gets embarrassed in the national media. So go Disney, go fix this thing and throw us back FastPass some way, somehow. And by the way, what a better name it is, FastPass, than Lightning Lane. FastPass. I mean, if you've got that trademarked, and you do, never stop using that. That's the best name ever.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.